Okay, today we're going to put a fuel pump in this 1997 GMC Jimmy. First thing we got to do is disconnect the negative side on the battery. Okay, next thing we're going to have to do is remove this skid plate. And obviously you can see we have it up in the air. We have the wheels chalked to make sure this thing doesn't roll and it's safe. Alright, we got the last bolt here. If you're not strong enough to hold this, you might want to put a jack under it. It's not very heavy, but okay, next we have to remove this skid plate that covers the fuel tank. All the bolts that held the skid plate that we just took off were 15 millimeter. These are 13. And it looks like there's back to a 15 back here again, so we got to switch again. And it looks like we got one bolt up above the drive shaft here. again, you may want to put a jack or something, or have a friend help you. This skid plate, it's not too heavy for me, but it might be too heavy for you. But it's pretty light. Okay, the next thing we're going to have to do is remove these clamps from these filler hoses so we can drop the tank down. Sometimes these can be kind of hard because the hoses get hard and dried out. Okay, I've got 2 bolts left that hold these straps that hold the tank. You can see I have a jack under the tank to support it. Okay, a little noisy. Okay, now we've got the bolts out, and I got to take this strap off. All you got to do is kind of push them up and kind of pull it to the side, and it'll pop out. Now, get this one off. Maybe. Okay, I think we just got to go down a little bit. I need to take this little cover off. Alright, we got to take this plastic shield off that's holding this back. Okay. Okay, next we have an electrical connector we have to undo, and these few clips with these hoses that are connected to the fuel tank. Okay, we got it down. You have a hose up here you need to disconnect also, or you will break it like I did. Alright, we got it down, ready to slide it out. And you can hear it's full of fuel because we couldn't get it out. Okay, now when I had to unhook the hoses that I was talking about from underneath there. There's these little tabs that go on it. By squeezing the tabs, you can get the hose off. Same with this one. I couldn't reach it. The one in the center you squeeze this way. That's why this one was removed. I had to cut this hose to get it off. It was just not pliable at all. Okay, we got all the fuel out of this thing finally. I want to clean this off so I don't knock any additional dirt in the tank when I knock this out of here. Okay, we gotta go. There's like a lock ring here that we need to remove to get this out. Squeeze this, and basically it should come out of there like that. Alright. Now hopefully we don't knock any dirt in there and it does wiggle around without breaking it. Okay, I had to pry this a little bit. I didn't want to budge. Got to be careful because your float. You see, this thing was in bad shape. Okay, we got the old pump out here, and you can see that it's completely frozen. The fuel level indicator does not work at all. Hose is busted off. This thing is just trash. We've got the whole new unit here, but it is updated to a different style plug that did come with it. So you have to wire that in, and of course it's got different wires than it came with from the factory. I checked with my own meter. This one is the purple wire. This other black wire here is the other purple wire that go to your potentiometer for your fuel level. So, in the new one, the orange wire is the other purple wire. So the orange one will hook here in the place of this one on the truck, and then of course here's your other purple wire, because I cut this off the factory wiring harness to figure out where that actually went. Okay, we're going to go ahead and install this. I'm going to put a little grease on here. Petroleum jelly, something of that nature, is all you need. That's going to help this slide into place and stick in place while you put your fuel pump in. We already cleaned out the fuel tank. There was dirt and debris in there, so make sure yours is in good shape as well. There is a tab on here that lines up on the fuel tank itself, so you get it aligned properly. Careful not to hit the float on the side to damage it. Push the sock in there, and hopefully get it in there. I guess we have to get this O-ring up a little higher. Okay. There we go. Alright, put this down into place. Get our lock ring ready. Okay, the biggest chore you're going to find is pushing this down in the hole, which was our biggest chore. Once you get that in there, hold down on it firmly, get your lock ring into place. And there it is. Not so easy, but did go in, and it is secure. One thing you're also going to have to do The new pump does not come with these new clips, which retain your fuel line to your pump. What I'm using is just a regular pick to carefully bend these tabs out and slide it over so you can get those off the old pump, and hopefully not breaking them. There you go. Then you'll reinstall it on this line and it'll snap on. I'm going to put this cap back on there till we got it in so dirt doesn't get in there. Okay, this is the spot where we cut that connector off that I was showing you, and this wire that is off to the side is the one that your orange wire will actually hook to, because once again the new fuel pump has an updated plug, and this is where that wire goes to. And the other three, purple, gray, and black, which are here. So it's basically you finish hooking these up. Be very careful. They come with heat shrink connectors. So if you're going to heat shrink those with a heat gun, be very careful, because obviously you have open fuel lines and kind of not a good idea. So use your own judgment on that.